I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital Edition. All right, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 7. It was solid. Let's get right into it. Today is Thursday, March the 23rd, 2023. We see Gladys, Maxie, Sasha are talking about the nurses' ball when Cody comes up on them. And, they're all talking and they saying, well, Gladys, what were you doing at the Savoy? Because Cody was telling him he saw her there. He said, "I know why she was there," and they were like, "Why?" He was like, "It was ladies' night. And y'all know I went there to find me a lady or whatever," and they were like, "Oh." But Maxie said, "Cody, I need to talk to you." So she go over there and she tell Cody he distracted because he's looking back at Sasha and all them like he could really hear from outside. But okay, child. Um, and she pretty much tell Cody, I need you to be some eye candy at this nurses ball. I'm gonna need you. Wait, no, that's not the Chris Brown. So, anyways, she told him, I'm gonna need you to strip down for me. I'm gonna need you to be Magic Mike for me. I'm gonna need you, to be one of the to some entertainment, some eye candy. And he agreed to it because it's for a good cause. So then Sasha and Gladys are talking, right? And when Sasha and Gladys are talking, she tells her that the nurses ball gonna be so excited and you can go it, it'd be my date or whatever. And she says, I don't have nothing to wear. And Sasha was like, that's cool. And Sasha gonna put Gladys on the payroll and all these kind of stuff so Gladys can start having her own money. Gladys is like, she a little uncomfortable because she knows she been stealing, but she a little uncomfortable and all that about it, but it is what it is. So then they all come back and Sasha tells them the good news, and Max is like, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so perfect." And then she goes and she talks to Gladys, right? So that's when Cody and Sasha talks, and he tells her, "Just be careful, girl. If you're gonna put Gladys on the payroll, make sure you're watching." And she was like, I said, girl, there's nothing in you was wanting to ask him, why are you saying this? You know? But Maxie talks to Gladys and she says, I really like Cody and I think he's gonna be good for Sasha. But that's pretty much it what happened with them, y'all. So then we move over here to to Alexis and Gregory. So Gregory has come to get his keys, which Alexis didn't leave at the front like she told him she would. And she tells him, are you drunk now and all that kind of stuff? And Gregory said, you want me to take a breathalyzer? Like what you doing right now? And she says, you're my friend and I'm just looking out for you. And he said, well, you was calling Finn. If I hadn't been there, you was gonna tell Finn everything. And he said, and you don't even know what everything is. You just running your mouth, telling my business. And she said, what's going on if you're not drunk? And he says, have I ever been drunk around you? And she was like, well, no. And like, because it's not making sense what you saying, Alexis. And then he finally breaks down because I said, because she wouldn't let it go, y'all. She would not let it go. I said, sir, please just tell this woman. He says, I'm sick. And she was like, oh my gosh. And she says, what is it? I promise if you tell me, it would never leave this room. I don't know if he told her or not, but I know at the end he tells her because they went to commercial break. Then they came back and he said, I hope you're serious when you say we'll never leave this room. And then he leaves. And so finally Alexis knows because baby, because he had told her, you're like a police detective with a bone. My God, let it go. This is not friendship. So then we go over here and we see Terry and all them. Terry comes out speaking. She says they're gonna make their decision. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but Epiphany, you didn't even have to worry about her letters because her glowing review of you is all up and through your resume, your chart and everything. She's always wrote not lovely things about you. And so then we see that the review board comes out and they tell Alexis, they tell Elizabeth, we're reinstating you. We know that you did what you felt you needed to do to try to help Esme because you didn't know what was going on. You felt that Nicholas was going to leave with her and she wasn't going to get that proper medical, you know, procedures and everything that she needed, health care that she needed. So they understood why she did what she did. I said, why y'all make this a big deal? Y'all could but anyways, child. So Elizabeth tries to hit up Epiphany and tell her thank you so much. But of course, Epiphany is some people saying they think they're trying to replace Epiphany. I said, could never. I'm sorry, even though y'all didn't do her justice by giving her actually meaty roles to play, you could never replace a Bethany with somebody else. There are certain stars that just cannot be replaced, especially like if she had left the show because, okay, I'm just leaving the show, it's time to move on. But when they pass away, no, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see them replaced. You know what I mean? So then we see Finn tells Elizabeth congratulations. Then he brings Violet by, and they're gonna go celebrate. So then we go over here to Portia as well as Marshall. So she talking to him, and he said, "Curtis didn't tell you my diagnosis. Like what happened?" And she said, "Well, he told me that it was a private matter. So I guess you know how that is." And Marshall doesn't like that that Curtis is not working things out with Portia because he likes Portia. He wants them to work it out. And Marshall understands keeping a secret because you think it's for the best. So he's not mad at Portia about it. But he tells her no, he does not have schizophrenia. And he's disappointed. He was like, dang, years ago, 40 years ago, they just put that label on me. And, it could have been something completely different. He asks Portia about it, and she tells him, I don't know. He says, but you have an idea what you think it is. We done told each other about keeping secrets. So, she just tells him, what she thinks could possibly be. And she also tells him about, they also talk about her and Curtis and how she knows she was wrong. But Marshall is supporting her. And I do like her relationship with Marshall, right? So anyway, she ends up leaving, and Marshall calls Stella, and he tells Stella, you still got my wife's old paperwork? Because if you do, I want to see if my medical records are in there." He trying to get to the bottom of this. Oh Lord, child. We go over here to Curtis and Jordan. So they sitting there drinking, and they reminiscing, and he telling her about he had a nice little chat with Trina, but Trina still doesn't want to get the DNA. And then Portia came up, and he's still upset with her. And now I did like that Jordan says you need to forgive her. You need to do something that you couldn't do for our marriage, and that's forgive her. She made a mistake. She was afraid. And yes, she was wrong, but you love her, so forgive her. So then he started talking about, well, if I had forgiven you, would we still be married? She said yes. He was like, why didn't you fight harder? First of all, sir, what did you want this woman to do? She did fight for your marriage. She said, but at some point, you were not forgiving, and she had to let that thing go or whatever. And so then because of all that, he's just like, oh, okay. So they they're talking and they're reminiscing and they drinking that hard liquor, right? I call Scotch hard liquor because baby, no, give me a wine cooler and I am cool. Or a glass of Stella Rosa, I'm good. But so they drink it and everything, and then I don't know what happened, y'all. My daughter's school called, or her potential school called, and the next thing I know, I said, "Why are they leading in trying to kiss?" See, this is what I was telling y'all about. I don't want to see you two get this, try to get that old thing back. It's dead. Dead that. And so her driver one of her officers say, your car is waiting. First of all, why has she got somebody around to okay. Okay, GH, I'm just gonna leave it up to y'all. But I said, Portia, leave this man alone, and y'all stop making this all the black people have to be together. Get Portia, get not Portia, get Jordan somebody else, please. And he don't have to be black. Quiet is kept. I wouldn't have minded. I would not have minded Jordan being with Drew. I would not. Like I know him and Curtis are friends or whatever. I would not have minded that. Seeing Jordan try to have something with Drew. Some people say Finn, but Jordan a little on that boring side. She's beautiful, but she's a little boring. And Finn is a little boring to me too. I don't want to see them together. No thanks. But I think that would have worked out with her and Drew. I don't know anybody else I would want to see her with. I don't know. Let's move on. Y'all better stop trying to kiss. Nah, Curtis, you are married. I don't know what you trying to do. I said, wait, you could forgive. Let me get off this subject, but I just couldn't believe it. I said, if y'all don't stop it, don't nobody want to see this. No one wants to see you two try to like, what are you doing? Jordan, move on from this man. Remember how bad he talked to you? LaShanta, talk to your friend. So then we go over here and Spencer just tells it, Trina, it didn't work out like I wanted to. And Esme, we're just a big happy family. I said, oh, I can't stand this girl. I was liking you, Esme, but I feel I feel like Esme, she partially has her memory, but I think she's faking at this point. I'm sorry. I know some of y'all like that girl is not faking. I think she is because of what happens later on. Now let's get there. So Trina, they're all talking, and Esme said, "Yeah, I moved in here." She said they wanted to move me over Kelly's, but I would not be apart, separated from my child. And she said, so when they asked, could I move in here? When I asked, could I move in here? Oh, I was just so happy to be able to. And Trina said, Spencer, you still gonna be staying here? He said, "Yeah, I'm still be here." I said, "Mm-hmm. You better not get back with this girl. That's just nasty. She was with your daddy too." Don't forget this girl, but nah, he like him some Trina anyways. So then Trina was like, all right, well, I'm gonna head out. So then Laura and Esme are talking right. And she said, I thought you were gonna be on Spencer and Nicholas' side, but I see you're a really good person. And she said, my mom told me not to trust you. Oh Lord, here go Mila. She said, my mom told me not to trust you. And she said, baby, you don't need to be taking advice from no Heather Weber. I said, sure don't. I want to know what was in that letter that Heather Weber gave Esme. I want to know what that letter was, but we'll see, child. So, anyways, moving right along, we see that the baby starts crying, and Laura says, "Oh no, no, sit down and rest. I'm gonna get you." So then she brings the baby back, and he all good, and Esme says, "I wonder what's taking your brother so long. Why are you worried about Spencer? Why are you worried about what's taking Spencer so long, Esme?" Mm-hmm. So then we see Spencer and Trina outside, and she tells him, "I understand. It's a way to stay close to your brother, and now you can be with Esme." And he said, "Yeah. So if I see anything, looking weird, I could say something." And she said, Trina was like, I don't know. And he said, what you mean by that? She said, well, she fooled you last time. He said, that last time I didn't know what a good woman, well, he didn't say all this, but I'm paraphrasing. I didn't know what a good woman was, and how someone can just be so completely honest with you. He said, what he said was, I didn't have you in my life last time to teach me that this is what real healthy relationship would look like. This is what a good woman looks like. He said, I got that now, so I can see all through Esme. And then they leaning in or whatever, because they got all romantic. You know, this my couple. They leaning in about to kiss, and here go Esme. Trina, opening the door. Trina, I thought you had left. Hmm. Trina, you're right, because Trina said Esme is probably more dangerous now that she doesn't. What if she doesn't have her memory, but she's still Esme, if that makes sense. She lost her memory, but that what it's ingrained in her, that just being mean and evil. Because baby, I don't care what anybody says. She don't want Spencer with Trina. Because every time have seen scenes, Esme has made little remarks that's just like old Esme. But yeah, she couldn't come out there. Trina, I thought you had left. What you worried about it? That's not your child's father. You were in a relationship and you went and got with his daddy. Memory or no memory, that man don't want you. So what you out here doing trying to find out where Spencer is, and what you care if Trina left tonight? She wasn't there to see you. She was there to see Spencer and the baby if you hadn't been there. But anyways, Spencer just tells Trina he gonna be careful, and he tells, I'm gonna see you later, and thanks for stopping by. She said, okay. And that was it, y'all. That was General Hospital today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow for the final episode of the week of what happened on the soap General Hospital edition. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.